Welcome to day 4, the last guided day of the series. Yesterday, we wrote the proof. Today, we ship safely, then prove what we've learned with a capstone build. 2 hours. By the end, the planner is hardened, and you've watched a feature go from brief to merged PR in 12 minutes. Day 1. Prompts. Day 2. Agents. Day 3. Tests. Today, ship safe and ship proud. Day 5 is hands-on. You'll build with a teammate using everything you've learned this week. Pillar 1. Security. AI as scanner, attacker, defender. 2. Red and blue. Adversarial prompts, jailbreaks, and the guardrails that hold them. 3. Privacy. Where your data goes, when to run a local LLM. 4. Capstone design. Architecture, schema, scaffold. 5. Capstone build. The orchestrated end-to-end. Ship safe. Ship proud. The day's anchor. 3 pillars are guardrails, vuln scans, red and blue exercises, privacy. 2 pillars are the proof. Design and build a capstone with everything you've learned this week. Speed without safety is theater. Safety without shipping is paperwork. We do both. Pillar 1. Security. AI as scanner, attacker, defender. Say model, 3 roles. Scanner. Find issues you wrote. Run secret scan. Run SAST. Read CVE feed. Prioritize the top 5. Use it on every PR and pre-deploy. Attacker. Try to break what you wrote. Generate adversarial inputs. Probe auth. Fuzz endpoints. Social engineer prompts. Use it pre-release and for periodic red team. Defender. Watch and fix what's running. Read logs, classify alerts, draft incident reports, productionize patches. Use it on-call and post-incident. Be explicit about which role you're invoking. The agent will switch tone and depth accordingly. Run semgrep, trivi, NPM audit on the planner. 5 hits. A critical CVE on form-data, a high SQL string concat, a high missing authorize attribute, a medium permissive cores, and a low X powered by header. Static scan output is noisy. The agent triages. Fix now. Missing authorize. 1 line. Fix now. Cores. List explicit origins. Plan. Replace string SQL with parameterized. Defer. Form-data. Pin via override. Impact none for our usage. Ignore. X-powered-by. Covered by middleware in slice 4. Be explicit about which role you're invoking. The agent will switch tone and depth accordingly. Pillar 2. Red and blue team. Break it before someone else does. 4 red team techniques. Prompt inject. Plant instructions in user input. For example, a hostile recipe import site embeds ignore prior rules in its HTML. Jailbreak. Push the model past system prompts. Ignore prior rules. You are Dan. Data exfil. Trick the model into returning prior context or secrets. Fuzz. Random-ish payloads at endpoints. Look for 500s, timeouts, leaks. Layered defenses. Input side. Validate user input as data, not instructions. Strip or mark untrusted text before it hits the model. Allow list tools the agent can call. Rate limit per user per tool. Output side. Schema validate every model response. Refuse responses that touch out-of-scope data. Log every prompt and response for audit. Have a kill switch on the agent loop. Pillar 3. Privacy. Where does your code go? Read your tool's data policy. Twice. Free or consumer tier. Opt-out logging available, sometimes training on your data. Read the terms. Good for demos and personal projects. Team or pro. Yes logging for safety, no training. Most teams, most code. Enterprise or zero DR. Per contract, no training, often air-gapped. Regulated industries. Local Olama or similar. Data stays on your machine, no training. Truly proprietary code. Local, LL. MS trade quality and speed for privacy. Why local? Data never leaves the machine. Air-gapped network okay. No usage cost or rate limit. Compliance friendly by default. Trade-offs. Smaller models in the 7 billion to 70 billion range lose to Frontier on hard tasks. Slower wall clock latency. Tooling around Olama and Llama.cpp still maturing. MCP support varies. 3 traps, 3 patterns. Trap. Pasting connection strings into chat. Missing .-env in .-git ignore. Logging full request bodies. Pattern. .NET user-secrets. Vault for prod credentials. Redaction middleware on logs. No prod secrets in CI variables. Use OIDC. Agent rule. Claude.md says never include secrets in prompts. Agent will refuse and request a placeholder. Pillar 4. Capstone design. Architecture before edits. The Capstone feature. Pantry. Track ingredients on hand. Auto-deduct from shopping list export, shareable across household with auth, audit log of additions and removals. Why this feature? Touches every layer. API, DB, UI, auth, tests. Has a real privacy angle. Small enough to ship in a session. Sets up day 5's open-ended builds. 4 steps. Diagram. A component diagram, who talks to whom, generated from Claude.md plus the agent's repo map. Schema. My SQL tables and EF entities. Migration named and reviewed. No edits without it. Scaffold. Endpoints, components, fixtures, empty tests. All generated from the diagram and the schema. Fill. Pillar 5. Parallel agents fill the scaffolds. The reviewer checks against Spec. Schema. Pantry's table with household_ID. Pantry _items with name, quantity, unit. Migration. Named 003_add_pantry.sql. Scaffold the agent generated in 2 minutes. Pantry.cs and pantryitem.cs in API/domain/pantryendpoints.cs in API/endpoints/ with the authorize attribute added because security audit said so, a pantry list standalone Angular component plus skeleton X unit and playwright tests. Pillar 5. Capstone build. Everything you've learned, end to end. 5 lanes. Backend. Agent fills pantry endpoints, adds authorize. Frontend. Agent builds the Pantry component, standalone Angular material. Database. Migration applied, audit log columns added. Tests. XUnit, Playwright, and A11Y written in parallel. Review. Security pass, AIPR review, human merge. Choreography pattern from day 2, plus test discipline from day 3, plus security review from today, all running together. The longest single demo of the series. At 0, brief loaded. Agent reads Claude.md and the Kiro steering files. At 30 seconds, architecture diagram and ER schema returned. At 1:30, migration drafted, reviewed, applied. At 3 minutes, back-end and front-end agents kick off in parallel. At 5, tests agent writes unit, playwright, and A11Y skeletons. At 8, first green run on local. The reviewer flags missing audit log. At 9:30, audit log added, security agent rescans, clean. At 11, PR opened, AI PR review, human merges, release notes drafted. At 12, done. Pantry feature live, tested, reviewed. Worked. Plan first kept agents on track. POM tests survived a UI rewrite mid-build. Security agent caught the missing authorize. Memory files paid off across all 5 tools. Didn't. Multimodal A11Y critique drifted on long pages. Local LLM was 4 times slower, so we only used it once. Release notes needed heavy human edit on tone. And the agent kept wanting to extend meallogic.cs, even though we said no.